What if your childhood favorites weren't so innocent after all? Imagine the Jetsons after the world ends, the Flintstones fighting to survive the wasteland, He-Man reborn as a monster, your favorite villains now caught inside cursed Pokeballs, toys that don't play nice anymore, and Scooby-Doo chasing more than just ghosts. This Halloween, we're digging up your childhood nightmares. Welcome to AI for the 1900s, Halloween edition.
Remember when the future looked bright? Yeah, not anymore. Orbit City fell from the sky, poisoned by greed, and ruled by two kings of the wasteland, Spacely's Sprockets and Cogswell's Cogs. George Jetson, once a company man, now scavenging the ruins between rival empires. Jane, fighting to keep her family breathing as the air turns to poison. Judy, the trendsetter of the future, now lost in the past. Elroy, the boy genius, still building long after the world stopped working. Astro, wandering the wasteland like a stray dog. Rosie the robot, still following her programming, even when there's no one left. And high above the smog, two titans still fight for what's left, Spacely and Cogswell, kings of the apocalypse. The future wasn't cancelled, it was conquered. What other cartoon needs to be reimagined?
You thought you knew Bedrock, but the past was never this friendly. Fred Flintstone, no longer the goofy dad, but a bloodthirsty caveman. Wilma, the perfect housewife, turned savage killer with a smile. Pebbles, sweet little girl, now glowing with something unholy. And Dino? Not man's best friend anymore, but a beast that hungers. Barney Rubble, Fred's happy-go-lucky neighbor, gnawing bones in the shadows. Betty's warm laugh, now a scream that never ends. Bam Bam, the strong little boy, feral with a club dripping in gore. And the Great Gazoo, no longer a joke, but a nightmare from the stars. This isn't the Stone Age you grew up with. Welcome to Bedrock of Blood.
In a world where heroes once saved Eternia, death has claimed the power. He-Man fought to save his world. Now he fights to feed on it. Teela, once the guardian of Grayskull, now its greatest curse. Loyalty rotted into rage. The mighty Battle Cat, bones, claws, and fury. He still protects his master from the living. Man-at-Arms, the engineer of war, rebuilt by death itself. Metal fused with flesh, logic consumed by hunger. The sorceress of Grayskull, angel of decay. She calls the dead, and Eternia answers. Even magic couldn't save Orko. Now he floats between worlds, whispering the spells of the damned. The heroes are gone, and only the hunger remains. What if horror movie villains weren't monsters, but Pokémon? Jason, the mask Pokémon, slow, unstoppable, and impossible to faint. Freddy, the dream stalker, it shreds reality every time you fall asleep. Michael, silent, patient, and always lurking one step behind. Annabelle, a doll possessed with sinister energy, haunting every trainer who dares to hold it. Ghostface, strikes when you answer the call, then vanishes into the shadows. Chucky, small, nasty, and twice as fast as you wanted to be. Pennywise, the sewer clown, lures you with laughter, devours you with fear. Pinhead, master of pain. Once caught, your soul belongs to the grid. Jaws, from the deep seas it circles until the final bite. Leatherface, revs its chainsaw cry, chasing prey across fields and barns. Jigsaw, the trap setter. Once you're caught, the game is already over. And for the ultimate horror Pokémon, Godzilla. Wait, that's just Tyranitar. Would you catch 'em all? What other villain would make a good Pokémon?
What if the Scooby Gang got trapped in a zombie apocalypse and became the zombies? They drove into every haunted house, every graveyard, every abandoned theme park. But this time, the gang never came back out. Scooby-Doo, no longer man's best friend, but the beast that hungers. Shaggy, the lovable coward, now forever starving. Velma, once the brains of the group, now her only clue is blood. Daphne, always the damsel, now the predator in purple. Fred, the fearless leader, leading the dead instead. This isn't a mystery to be solved. This is the end of Mystery Inc.